Hi, I'm Shane. Some of my people call me Grim. I got the name Grim from the things I ended up starting doing since my suicide awareness days, doing haunted houses for kids and things like that. After I started doing the haunt for suicide awareness, I had a lot of friends that started killing themselves, and I dealt with that for a lot of years, where I lost one after another of my close friends, and I did whatever I could to make sure they had a headstone. But after a while, I realized that a lot of these older people that I knew had ended up committing suicide on their own. So for the past 8 years now, I've been raising money for headstones for kids. I call it Rest in Peace. What makes me decide to do it for kids is because they're children. They don't have a choice in life. It's up to mom and dad to teach them. And there's still tragic things like this that happen all the time. And I feel like this should be something that should be free. Nobody should have to go through the pain of worrying about the financial burden after having to pay for your kid's funeral and the headstone. That's ridiculous. There should be organizations out here that have been paying for this kind of stuff for years, but there isn't. I've had visions of having this fundraiser pay for a cemetery to where children could be buried for free. There would be certain types of flowers in certain areas, so you know which kid could be in where your kid was. Say, here's the lilac area, or here's the rose area, or the yellow, or the colors, or whatever. So where you pulled into a gated community, you already knew where it was because of what color flowers that you were to see, and it would be free for children. We started with our store, and we bought a hearse, and eventually we had 2 of them. So as down the road, we ended up having a lot more hearses and people that were calling us with hearses. So we asked them to show up to our car shows. Our car shows, which means the Rest in Peace show, to help us raise money. Because what car don't you look at? Everybody looks at a hearse. Doesn't matter what religion, what color, who you think you might or might not be. Everybody looks at those cars and wants to look at them. Some people, if you take it more extreme. So we brought hearses in for a long time, and that was the beginning. You know, I get a lot of support from a lot of different people. I've noticed that the biker clubs are always more blood related, more caring for kids. And ever since I've got them involved, they've really done a lot to help support. These guys are 110%, just like me. Well, we put a lot of it around like Halloween for Angels, to where there's a lot of metalheads and people out there like that really like to take these cars to a whole other level. So you're going to see spikes, you're going to see motors popping out of the top of the hood, you're going to see real nice rims, airbrushes with Grim Reaper all over them, and that's just taking a car that was going to die and keeping it alive out of the respect for all the people that have been inside of that car. A lot of times they trash these cars. And these cars are the cars that have delivered angels to their resting place. You know, I'll tell you what, it was really amazing this year with the amount of support we got from a lot of the different car clubs, biker clubs, and also people. This year I actually had 2 cards handed to me for 2 children that need to get headstones this year. And they're actually 8 years old. So the amount of support and the cards that came to be was very heartwarming, but also heartbreaking at the same time. There was a ton of people that just showed up. We just give a small donation, bring their bike or their car, and then they carry on with the rest of their day and they won't even stay. They just wanted to make sure that they could do whatever they could to help the kids. And I tell you right there, that's a godsend. God bless these people. I see next year's show being bigger and better. Way more clubs, way more bikes, way more cars, and a lot more people. You know, the people is what makes the money to help pay for these things and fund these things. Without the people, you don't have anything. I see it just getting better and better. I would like it to get to the point where families can come and still have fun things to do at the same time while they're also donating to the cause. I'd like to make it a Halloween created type of thing. I'd like to have people walking around on stilts, handing out candy to little kids, monsters and stuff like that, walking around on all fours, handing out candy to kids, games and fun and things for people to see the happiness as well, besides just the sadness. I've always had a belief in set in stone. Unless the funeral is finished and everything is set in stone, per se, I don't feel like it's finished.